do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, like, for me, the goal of the trip is to have as much fun snowboarding, and if we have to walk to the top, then that's how we'll get there. So, I don't know. The whole, like, going to the top thing isn't really, like, the goal for me. The coming down on the snowboard is the goal. So it's, like, it's a little, you know, I don't know, it's a little weird. Like, we should be, like, drinking hot toddies, take the chairlift up, and then, like, come down and buy a beer.
Mount Bachelor is a ski resort, so we skin up inbounds. Such a good view. We have 455 feet left of this big hill.
Quickest summit of the trip.
Number 5.
2 hours. Yeah.
The unique thing about Mount Bachelor is we went down on ski runs. So I think we were able to kind of let our guard down a little bit and sort of relax a little bit on the descent. And we found a really cool snake run, which was awesome. And then we found ourselves in a half pipe, and I thought to myself, wow, we haven't done this in a while. We're in a safe place. This is a perfect opportunity to have some fun.
I went through the half pipe first. I almost went down myself. Half pipe had a bunch of like cat track ruts that had gone through it. So you're coming off the wall with all this pressure on your edge and speed, and you pretty much go over these bumps and you just get bounced off your edge. And I'm turning around to yell up at Taylor and Nick, like, don't go down the half pipe, but Taylor had already dropped.
My edge got caught on one of the, in the like shitty part of the transition, and it just threw me. Next thing I knew, I was like sliding backwards down the wall and in a lot of pain. So I obviously immediately go down there, and she's crying and saying her neck hurts and her head hurt. I have no idea what just happened. I have a history of head injuries, like a scary amount. This is my 12th concussion in like 7 years following a TBI from a car accident I was in a long time ago. So it's definitely really nerve-wracking when I hit my head. At the time, I was pretty nervous about Taylor being injured. This is only the 3rd mountain that we're having her on, and we're trying to do as many as we can. So obviously safety's first, and I want her to be safe. But yeah, the integrity of the trip, we haven't gotten to the point where I really need her, which is for the glacier training and things like that. So if she's seriously injured, that's going to be a big issue. We went back to the bus, chilled for a minute, and then went and got my truck. And Danny was like, you got whiplash for sure. So he called a ton of, pretty much every chiropractor in Bend, and everybody was either busy or not answering the phone. When we pulled into Sisters, Oregon, and we met up with Taylor's friend Dane, we unloaded everything, washed some clothes, and then started to repack. And Taylor was not feeling good, and collectively as a group, we decided it was best for her to sit the day out, and Danny and I would proceed with going up North Sister, just the two of us. And got a call late that evening, like after business hours, and it was Dr. Givet, who ended up being like this little angel in my life.
Third poop's a charm.
3 poops before 6:30 a.m. I think that's a new record for the trip.
It's like I'm nervous or something. Like, I don't understand. And they're full too. It's not like I'm just like squirting out a little.
6 Cliff Bar a day diet.
So this was the first mountain Nick and I did, the only mountain that we did by ourselves. And I was pretty nervous. I think we were both nervous, but Taylor gave us a pretty straightforward route, and
I put together a little route plan for them, and I felt confident.
I mean, we'll see what it's like when we get up there, but the traverse over into that is sketch.
It's right above all that exposure, huh?
Yeah.
Going and doing it felt really good. It was definitely like a big confidence booster because Nick and I working together, you know, picking the best route that we thought was safe, and neither of us have too much experience, but we definitely had enough to be safe and make some smart decisions.
The part that's a bit nerve-wracking about it is you're looking up at this mountain the whole time, and in order to get to the section we want to snowboard, you have to traverse across a pretty big cliff, which is a complete no-fall zone, and you have to traverse over. That is the route, that's the established route, but it's nerve-wracking. You're walking up and you're looking up at it for 4 or 5 hours.
A little ice climbing, actually. This was like the first time on the trip Nick and I really relied on our ice axes to get somewhere. So that was like pretty fun. And I was definitely like a little gripped, but at the same time like felt comfortable and trusted my gear.
We're going that way.
As we're going across and traversing this section, you know, I'm pretty gripped and pretty nervous knowing that I'm above this cliff. And it was the first time where I really, my fear and danger were close. And it was nerve-wracking, but in those moments I knew I felt safe because the ice axe had a lot of purchase. My crampons were going in far, the snow was soft. So the danger was there, but it wasn't immediately present. So I knew as long as we moved quickly across this section, our time that we're experiencing this exposure was minimal.
Hi. Taylor was on FaceTime and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna go to the summit because it's pretty sketchy, and saying hi, and
We're not summiting. Sketchy entrance. It's like the only entrance to the good stuff. Did a little ice climbing on the west side.
at that moment in time, Nick was just like, can we not do that right now? Like, we're in a sketchy spot.
Huh?
Thank you. I'm kind of nervous.
Danny, like, can we not FaceTime? And you're just like, hey.
And this was the first time of the trip that we were like in an exposed spot, no fall zone sort of deal. So
Yeah. Oh, it smells so good. Ah, dude.
That was serious vert, amazing snow. Dude, been that thick as slushy.
Yeah, that dude, those top turns, it felt like pow.
That descent right there is exactly why I'm willing to walk up the mountains and like do all this other stuff that I hate, like getting up at 3:40 in the morning on 4 hours of sleep to come do this. Like, it sucked. You know, we're strapped in, and then like I feel that first turn and it's like, okay, this is what it's all about right here.
Just heading to that doctor's appointment right now. Just a couple minutes away.
And this is just a little snap of my elbows. Okay? No, you have good motion. So we just have to take it as far as it goes. Okay, so.
Oh my gosh, I feel pretty different. It was great to meet you, and thank you for making time for me.
No problem, Taylor.
It's insane. I feel so much better. I mean, I still feel like cloudy and still a little bit of a headache, but not quite as bad as when I walked in there. I mean, my range of motion is even quite a bit better. Still some pain for sure. I didn't expect to go in there and come out feeling 100%. I just feel really blessed